Now, going over to the political part of the podcast, you have RFK Jr. saying to vote for Trump if you want to avoid nuclear war. This comes to us straight from the horse's mouth, so to say, coming from RFK Jr.'s X-Twitter account. It's about 5 minutes long. We'll play the first minute or two here. If you want me to play the full videos when we're going over this, let me know in the comments and make the show a little bit longer. But again, feedback is also appreciated. Now, before his video, he says, quote, "If you want to avoid nuclear war, I strongly urge you to vote for Donald Trump. In fact, I would go so far as to say a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for nuclear war," unquote. And of course, as all good men do, he did suit up.
If you want to avoid nuclear war, I strongly urge you to vote for Donald Trump. In fact, I would go so far as to say that a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for nuclear war. Here are some of my reasons for saying that. Former Vice President Dick Cheney endorsed Kamala, and she said she was honored to have his approval. Dick Cheney was the driving force behind a group called the Neocons, which started the Iraq War, in which the U.S. launched an unprovoked preemptive attack, the first in its history, in order to prevent Saddam Hussein from threatening the world with weapons of mass destruction. As history now shows, there were no weapons of mass destruction. It was all a neocon lie. Most estimates are that over 1 million Iraqis died, while the USA and allied forces suffered over 4,800 deaths and over 32,000 wounded. We killed more Iraqis than Saddam Hussein ever did. This fraction of our military and intelligence establishment that we call the neocons, led by Dick Cheney, faked the evidence of weapons of mass destruction because they wanted a war. In 1961, President Eisenhower warned the American people of the dangers of the emerging military-industrial complex that would try to embroil us in a nuclear war with Russia. He pointed out that these warmongering elements in the Pentagon and intelligence apparatus relished war and reveled in it, including nuclear war. My uncle, President John F. Kennedy, confronted his own Joint Chiefs of Staff and his intelligence officials who proposed to fake the shooting down of an American civilian airliner and blame it on Cuba in order to justify a nuclear war with Russia. John Kennedy stood up to them and refused to go along. President Kennedy
And we all know what happened next.
He was shocked by another military proposal to launch a surprise nuclear attack on the Soviet Union. The uniform meant that the USA would win because the Soviets would suffer over 130 million deaths, while in America, only 30 million would die. After John Kennedy's assassination, the Gulf of Tonkin incident was used to justify war on Vietnam. It wasn't until almost 40 years later that it was shown conclusively to be untrue. The North Vietnamese did not.
Yep. That went pretty well. I got 5.4 million views and 136,000 likes. And yep, it's the first time in my lifetime when Trump is in office when we have no new wars. And fascinatingly enough, the U.S. military leaders were not fired for their lies and ineptitudes when, well, I guess not ineptitudes, they did their unethical things or they lied. And they lied not of, lack of intellect. They did it. They're just malicious and evil. Trump tried to get our troops out of Syria, but they didn't. They told Trump, oh yeah, we got our troops out of Syria. And then later under oath, one of the generals admitted, oh yeah, we just told Trump that we actually just moved guys around in Syria. We never actually left. They had another general say that, oh yeah, he would warn China if Trump ever were to do an offensive strike. Which sounds like treason. But of course, if you're on one side of the political aisle, you don't get charged these days. Going to the comment section, you have Craig Chamberlain saying, quote, "At the very least, everyone has to admit there was no new wars when Trump was in office, unlike the massive unrest overseas that has occurred during the Biden-Harris administration." Getting 295 likes and true. Fascinatingly enough, the one time Russia has not been expanding their landmass past couple years is when Trump was in office. They expanded over Obama. They expanded during I think it was even Bush. Didn't do anything under Trump. And they expanded it during Obama. Or sorry, Obama 3.0. Biden. But oh yeah, Ukraine's also got $200 billion. I still can't fathom how much money we're spending on other countries, but not spending here. American Papa Bear says, quote, "Trump is the only one that could save us in the moment from our enemy within," getting 156 likes. Email Strong says, "These are facts," getting 244 likes. Finally, Planet of Memes did in fact respond in meme form. And he says, quote, "Mean tweets equals world peace." Is a picture of Trump holding some poster board that literally says, "Mean tweets And Trump would probably say, I would say the meanest tweets, got us the world peace, no new wars, let's protect the border, not countries we don't know about or don't trade with. Again, perhaps the worst Trump impression of all time, but the attempt was made nevertheless. That got 402 likes, not me, but that meme. Another friendly reminder to like this video or downvote it and let me know why in the comments. Yeah, Trump Army says, quote, together they will bring peace to the world. And it's Trump as well as RFK Jr. with holding baseball bats. It says Republicans and Democrats united against evil, getting 211 likes, which, again, the way the Democrat Party screwed over RFK Jr. by basically boxing him out, becoming the Democrat nominee. And even, think about, which party is a party of unification. Shoot, Trump's got RFK Jr., he's got Tulsi Gabbard. Who does Kamala have? Oh yeah, the Cheneys and Bush. Yeah. Going back to more comments here. You also have Zion Darkwood said this ad has been paid for by Russia. A contrarian statement. Getting 3.1 thousand likes. Let's see here. Some response said, you do not understand what's happening in the world then, getting 105 likes. Another person says, brainwashed you are, getting 20 likes. Let's see. It can't only be one, says the ad that wants to prevent a war, global nuclear war, getting 85 likes. Went to the vacuous, but a lot of people did appreciate that. Scott Ritter says, quote, RFK Jr. as head of the newly reconstituted Arms Control and Disarmament Agency. Your uncle created the original in 1961, and it saved the world. The baton can be passed, getting 1.2 thousand likes. Wall Street Ape says, Kamala Harris will lead us into World War III so BlackRock can make a fortune off their defense contractor stocks and then get rewarded in more trillion-dollar contracts to rebuild the countries that we just destroyed. It's a racket. They're all criminals. Kamala is owned by BlackRock, getting 970 likes. It also shows you the ineptitudes of Boeing. Every defense contractor, from Northrop Grumman to Lockheed Martin to Raytheon, also known as RTX. Again, I know I'm speaking too fast. I'm working on that. They've all gone up fantastically the past couple of years. Boeing's the only one that's gone down, which also highlights how bad they are as a company. We'll see if they fix themselves. But yeah, if you own defense stocks, you're doing pretty darn good these days. In fact, take a New York minute here. What is Lockheed doing right now? They're the #1 defense contractor on the planet, best known for the F-35 Lightning II. Let's see here. And again, they make some of the coolest stuff on the planet. Don't get me wrong. $563.47 per share. Year to date, Lockheed Martin is up 23.53%. Past 1 year is up 25%. Past 5-year trend, it's up 51.98%. Market cap 100. Actually, still has. Don't get me wrong, it's the biggest defense contractor, but still, there's a market cap barely anything compared to Nvidia. The market cap right now for Lockheed Martin is $134 billion, dividend yield of 2.34%, which is quite a pretty penny. Going back to the main comments section, got a couple contrarian comments, not too many though. Naomi Shibut says, a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for war. Those are hard words to hear, and America needs to hear them, getting 801 likes. We found another contrarian statement. John Cypher says, oh my god, you're awful, getting 331 likes. Hilariously enough, he puts in his description, former CIA. Yeah, I think that's probably one comment where RFK Jr. is probably happy they don't agree with him. Let's see. Any more countries? I got Roxy Ricconi says, I believe you. I'm voting for Donnie T because voting for him is also a vote for you, Vance, and Tulsi. Getting 403 likes. Which, I have never seen such a unification ticket in my lifetime in terms of diversity of who's Trump building around him, who's endorsing him. And yeah, again, even my friends who are, more left-leaning, even they love the fact there's no new wars. There you go. There's a picture that says Team Unity, Trump Vance 2024. It's a picture of Donald Trump. We also have JD Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Elon, as well as Vivek. So, we got a couple more pictures of Trump with RFK Jr. And yeah, I think overall, I think that point will drive a lot of the peace folks, because again, it seems to kind of fall out from pop culture. You don't see a lot of like the whole hippie movement, so to say. But there's a lot of people who just want no new wars. So a lot of people want our troops to be here, guard our border, not borders of countries you don't even trade with, let alone point you on a map. partially because of the U.S. education system, but I partially digress in that regard. But I think this will be, I know everyone, I mean, obviously the economy, inflation, southern border, there's a lot of top topics when it comes to the upcoming election. But again, the fact that there's no new war when Trump is in office, I can't help but think more and more Americans, as they start to be concerned about, the federal deficit and more tax dollars going to all these other countries, I can't help but think a lot of this will be a top issue for many people. But let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.